If you need any My Team grinds in any mode, hit up my boy Witty for safe, reliable, and the cheapest grinding services around. Hit him up on Twitter. You won't be disappointed. Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be building the best team possible in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM right now. This is my opinion on what the best 10-man rotation in the game would be. And this isn't exactly a top 2 at each position list. It's more so based on fit and building the right lineup. And I think pretty much with the exception of one kind of arguable position, this is pretty clearly the best lineup that you could build right now, in my personal opinion. Before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. And without further ado, let's hop right into it. So we will start off with the point guard position, and I am going to put James Harden as the starting point guard on this team. Now, Harden has his flaws. His movement is not good. Plain and simple. It's not. And he is undersized, 6'5", but he's got a good wingspan at 6'11", a nice bulky player build. Defensively, he holds it down. He's not as bad defensively as people think. His jumper is god tier offensively. He's an elite level slasher. He's got great speed. He does not dribble that well. I mean, I know it's James Harden. You'd expect him to be elite shot creator. He's just not that. But the jumper is amazing. The defense is more than good enough. The slashing is great. I do think that he is still probably the best starting point guard you can have right now, even if he is more of a secondary ball handler. And him being a secondary ball handler is totally fine, because at the 2, you still have Dr. J, best shooting guard in the game. Now, Pink Diamond or Dark Matter does not really matter. They play the exact same. I would never pay for the Dark Matter because Dark Matter is technically the better card, and this is the best team in the game. We'll put the Dark Matter on here for that reason. But they're the same exact card, and either way, you're getting a dude who's got all the key Hall of Fame badges, pretty much elite level shooter, just one of the best jump shots in my team. He's one of the best slashers in my team. He's one of the best defensive cards, in all honesty, at the 3 in my team, or at the 2. He's got 93 speed on both of his cards, Pink Diamond and Dark Matter. He's just got a lot of versatility. He guards in the interior, the jump shot's top tier, the fade is elite, the movement with that KD escape, Kawhi behind the back is also really good. Love this card. I think he's really, really good, and I think it's hard to not have him somewhere. I don't know how you don't have him the best shooting guard in the game still, to be totally honest. And it's just, he's been the best shooting guard in the game since he came out 2-3 months ago at this point, and he's going to be, I would say, for the foreseeable future as well. Starting small forward position is still LeBron James. It's getting closer. There's a couple cards who are definitely challenging LeBron at this point for that spot, but Bron just gives you, in my opinion, the best mix of speed, elite jump shot, elite defense, basically. And elite slashing as well, of course. He's not a god tier shot creator. His dribble style is not very good. His escape is not very good. If you want to nitpick something, it's that. I think you got enough shot creation, though, with Dr. J as your primary and Harden as your secondary, as well as just the ability to catch and just run with LeBron, attack the rim. You don't really need to dribble too much with him to have effectiveness. I think this is a great 1-3, and I think this is an almost unstoppable 1-3, in all honesty. It's just an incredible way to start out a team with so much completeness. And Bron is probably your primary lock here as well. He is an amazing card. Starting power forward, Tim Duncan. Love this card. I mean, love. I think he is great. Defensively, he can guard anybody, and I mean anybody. He feels so strong and physically capable. His 87 speed is more than enough. It feels honestly faster than that. Defensively, he's a god. Finishing wise, he's a god. He's really good around the rim, and even more importantly, even with only a 79 3 ball, I love his jump shot. I think he shoots the ball really well. I think he's got pretty good range once he's got Deadeye and Limitless and things like that added on to him. Just love the defense, love the release, love the size, love the playmaking. I have no issues with him against even the biggest and baddest and fastest power forwards in the game, guys like Shaq, Wilt, Kareem, players like that. He's going to be fine. Against stretch power forwards like an E or somebody like that, he's totally good as well. He's got the versatility to guard anybody and the ability physically to dominate against anybody. I think he's a monster, and I think he's the best power forward in the game. And then unsurprisingly, at the center position, you still have Victor Wembanyama. He's just, you can't not have Wemby as the best center in the game still. As good as Yao is, and Yao came out, what, yesterday as I record this, 2 days ago as y'all see this, great card. Wemby's a much better shooter. I mean, stat and badge wise, he's better in the first place as it comes to a shooter, but his jumper is so hard to contest to this day. It's broken. He's got the best freaking jump shot in the game in terms of contestability. And it just makes him a glitch on the offensive end of the court. Not to mention he's 7'4" with elite level finishing, and that size is so valuable defensively as well. He is still the best center in the game, and I don't really think it's all that close still. He is that good. And yeah, Wemby is still the starting center on the best team in the game. Backup point guard, I'm going Penny Hardaway. You could make an argument for Oscar Robertson if you wanted a little bit more statistical completeness and a better jump shot, but Penny with an extra 2 inches of height and that Darius Garland dribble style gets the edge to me. 90 driving dunk as well, really good finisher around the rim. 6'7" means he's going to stand dunk with a lot of consistency. And I just think his defense is versatile enough on the interior. He's got high enough strength vert, nothing in the 70s anywhere on the defensive end of the court, which is nice. I like the size at 6'7", and honestly, the jump shot, while it's not amazing, is good enough. You combine that with Darius Garland dribble style, best dribble style in the game, gives him real secondary playmaking ability, and I think he's a really, really good card. Another guy who's honestly more of a secondary playmaker at the backup shooting guard position is Scottie Pippen. You could make an argument for Bernard King here. Scottie is not as good of a shot creator as Bernard is, but he's better, I think, pretty much everywhere else. They're very similar as slashers, but Scottie is different defensively. Not to mention the fact that he's got elite speed and elite slashing and elite shooting. I mean, let's not forget the shooting ability. 92 3 ball, really good jump shot, and a great fade too. Now, what he does not have is great sigs. His escape isn't very good. Behind the back's not horrible, but not great. Pro dribble style is okay. But the elite fade and the elite catch and shoot jump shot is really, really nice. Gives him the ability to do a little bit off the dribble if you need him to. He's got the athleticism to rim run as well. Feels very fast with the ball in his hands, and defensively, he is a god. I would take him right now as the backup shooting guard on this team. And the main reason that I have him over Bernard, in all honesty, is because you have another primary ball handler option at your backup small forward position, and that is Michael Beasley. I just think Beasley, this card is so good in so many different ways when it comes to pure shot creation ability at the 3. And he's so big and athletic and versatile, 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan. That's LeBron size at the small forward position. Combine that with elite shooting, the best release of any small forward in my team, the fastest jump shot, and not bad defense by any means. I mean, he's got 82 interior, 88 perimeter, 88 steal, 80 block. Like, that's not liability at all. When the jump shot's as good as it is, Cam Thomas based on quick with a very fast upper. He's got a great fade, and he's got Jalen Green dribble style's got a really good push cross in it. It's got a decent burst as well. Darius Garland behind the back is elite. I wish he had a better escape than D-Book. That's the one thing that'd be nice. If that was KD, or obviously if that was like Trey or Kemba, that'd be insane. But even like a KD escape or something like that would be improved upon. I think he's good enough that even though he's not perfect and he's got some defensive flaws, he is a great card. And to me, he's an easy option, in all honesty, as the starting small forward on this team. Starting power forward, or sorry, backup small forward. Backup power forward is going to be Giannis. This is the one position that I think you could argue a couple guys. You could argue Giannis, you could argue KG, you could argue E, you could argue Shaq. I mean, you could argue several guys, Anthony Davis, at this backup position. And I think Giannis, for me, the reason I went with him is because I just think the slashing ability that he has with the ball in his hands is really valuable. The ability to kind of bail you out of a possession, catch the ball, and go create his own shot late in a possession if need be is extremely valuable and honestly extremely undervalued. Is he a perfect card? No. Is he really, really good? Absolutely. I like the jump shot. I don't love the jump shot, but I think it's good enough to get the job done for sure. And honestly, I mean, look, is he perfect? No. Is he really, really good as a slasher and a defender especially? Absolutely. And to me, I think he is probably the choice for this. Despite not being a god tier shooter, I think the ability to put the ball on the floor and create his own shot late in a possession is enough for me to give him that final spot on this list. Now, the backup center position, Yao Ming, not a huge surprise here. You could go KP, you could go D-Rob if you wanted to. Yao is not as good of a shooter as either of those guys, but his jumper is much improved this year. He's only 74 speed, which is a flaw. I still think he's the second best center in the game after Wemby, and I don't think it's particularly close. I know he's got lowest speed, lowest 3 ball, but he's 7'6". He's so dominant on the inside. He's still an absolute glitch. I mean, I still think he's the second best center in the game. I think Wemby's absolutely better, but would I pay for Yao? Heck no. I wouldn't pay for most of these cards. But he's the second best center in the game, and I do think he rounds out the team well. Even though him and Giannis as the spacers at the 4 and the 5 is a little weird, I think Giannis's playmaking is enough to offset it. So that's gonna do it for the video. Hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. Be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.